Live. Okay, thank you, Gerard. So for everyone on the call, this is our first meeting for the Yogi Foundation. And every month we hope to have this meeting to discuss the accomplishments, any areas of improvements and next steps. Gerard, who is the partner and a stakeholder in this project and effort for over 15 plus years, will be driving the project as well as the meetings. He is, as you all know, he's based out of India, and he is the most, he's the subject matter expert when it comes to how the efforts are driven, how the community is benefiting, how it is built, as well as the partnerships that have been collaborated. So he's the go-to person. The meeting invite, which was set up for yesterday, was postponed to today. And since it is, we need to figure out what time works best for all of us. Today, we thought we'll kickstart this. And in the coming month, we will, have offline discussions on what time works best to have the recurring meeting. Because Gerard has, different schedules, right? So for him, he's working in the morning as well as he works on the global projects at different times. So he will let us know sometimes, and then we can get back on what works best. So that is with the introduction to the meeting and how we are going to move forward. And Gerard, I know you're familiar with most of us here on the call. Rupa is
Yes,
also
sir.
listening. So long story short, what I wanted to share, and this is being streamed, right? So one of the needs is for us to have a open book when it comes to the operations, what we are doing, how we are going about. So the meetings that we will be having every month will be streamed so that whatever we are discussing, is an open book, right? So it is available for everyone's review and whatnot. And after the meeting is done, Gerard will put the minutes and whatnot on the foundation page. So that is with the open book policy. Now, in terms of what has transpired, Gerard, just to give you and everyone else a backdrop, they've been involved in different capacities, Ojas and Sid. But this is for you as well as, everyone else, right, who might be listening on to the call later or whatnot. So the Yogi Foundation was set up to support the ongoing efforts that have been in operation, if I may say, for the last 15 years when it comes to supporting children in need with workshops, grants, scholarships, setting up innovation centers, supporting, for holistic growth, be it during COVID times, etc. Right. So long story short, whatever we've been doing, the objective of the foundation is to support the children in need for the coming 1,000 years. That is the hope and roadmap. How to do that and ensure that this effort is self-sustainable, that is the reason the foundation was set up, so that whatever budgets that we have today, typically being allocated from NABROS, are now going to be allocated from the Yogi Foundation. The reason being, the Yogi Foundation is a 501c3, which means it's a nonprofit, and whatever, if I may say, the tax benefits, etc., will ensure that we have more funds and resources for this initiative. That is number one. Number two, in terms of how to ensure that uh, the efforts continue down the line. So one of the key things here is whatever are the profits that are being generated, etc., right? Because of the past partners or, if I may say, clients. Uh, Apart from the costs, there is the portion that is going into the nonprofit. Then whatever would be left behind would be a part of the nonprofit. So continuation of supporting the projects for 1,000 years. That is our goal. Now, what is the next steps? So we talked about the 1,000-year roadmap. What are the next steps here in terms of the foundation and what has been done? So we started this, from the what you call setup and framework and the governance aspect, filing all the forms from 2024. We started, and then in 2025, later part, we got the approval from the government that yes, it is a private operating foundation, which means uh, the family, and that means you, Gerard, as well as us and everyone else who participates, uh, can be a part of this effort for now and for future, right? So that is the setup. But what happened was, after we got the approval from the government uh, on the 501(c)(3), then the structure being private operating foundation, and that is what I meant, means that each family member and team member can participate in this effort. And just like how NABROS is, they'll be a part of the team and the organization, right? So that is how it has been structured. We are not looking for donations or contributions from anyone else, right? So the goal here is whatever is in surplus, whatever is left behind, um, goes towards this cause, be it from my end, Rupa's end, the children, and anyone else who wants to be a part of it, right? So that is how it has been structured. And in doing so, at this juncture, uh, the planning is for the coming 40 years minimum, right? So with whatever personally I'm talking about. So that is what the focus is in terms of ensuring that we have resources and the available resources for the work that we do for the coming 40 years, right? So that is what I can do. Then as it progresses, we'll add on more and more years. So at this juncture, considering the formalities, the structure, who is part of the team right now and who's working on it, what we did last year, apart from the filing and everything, was setting up the foundation website on the iINVENT Me platform. So today's call is to talk about the vision and how this is now translating it into a platform, right? So iINVENTme.org is the platform that we've been using from get-go, and it has evolved. And we have our NABROS or 1816 or Hub for Learning and Innovation, all of pretty much everything going on that platform. So the foundation, uh, everything has been set up on the platform. So if anyone goes to theyogi.org, it gets sent to iinventme.org/The Foundation. So if anyone goes on the Yogi Foundation, they'll be able to apply for support, right? So the kids, whoever needs support, they can apply for that. And what does that mean? They join the program by providing the details and joining the Tuesday call, right? So it's as simple as that. And then we look at their performance and what they are doing, etc., and then contribute or attribute the resources that they may need to enable them to catch, plant, and grow their best ideas. at school, work, or home. Now, that is as simple as it gets in terms of call to action when it comes to the Yogi Foundation. In addition to that, if we scroll down further, we will see that it has the history, right? The journey so far, the path forward, but also a tip jar, wherein, let's say I'm doing some concert or something, right? Someone wants to give a tip. I would encourage them to give it over there so that it directly goes to the foundation. So that is why it has been set up. And below that is, from 2007 or 2002, which is about 24 years of history. That is the next section that is out there, for everyone to see. And further, if we go navigate below that is, all the details pertaining to the Yogi Foundation that can be clicked upon and reviewed. But all of this was put together with the help of, Ojas and Sid over the last couple of months. Now, one of the things that I've encouraged everyone to do is putting in the timesheet and sharing that with you, Gerard, on the project portal. At this juncture, there is a Yogi project foundation project that was set up or that is set up, wherein, it was more private. So Gerard, I'll open that up, right? Or create a new one and ensure that we are running this on the project portal as well, right? In terms of the time, etc. So whatever time I have been putting in from 2000, whatever, 8 or whatnot, is out there as well for everyone's, review. But whatever time that you have put in, that is Ojas, Sid, over the last couple of months, you guys can put that in, and then, in these monthly calls, we can talk about that. Right? So give or take, Gerard, for me, it has been about 100 plus hours, for the month of December. Okay. But I'll put that timesheet and everything in there so that you have it. Okay, so what are we looking at? Every month at least we put in the timesheet. And if it is 0, that is also fine. We can tell that on the call, but if we have a timesheet, then we talk about it. Okay. And in the last 1 month, we, apart from, the portal and everything that is from a framework, from allocation of resources, transferring assets and whatnot, all of that work was done pretty much from last week of November up to now. So it is ongoing, right? So that is sort of the effort which has happened on the foundation so far. Anything that you would like to add, Ojas, Sid, Rupa?
I don't have anything. No, I think that makes sense. I'm good right now.
Gerard, any questions or anything that you would like to add?
No, Abhi.
So in terms of, the introduction, in terms of what we have done so far from 2002 to now, right? Everything is pretty much open on the iINVENT Me platform. So anyone can go there and look at the history and what we have been doing. The efforts that we were doing for the children in need and supporting communities is now comes under the umbrella of the foundation. That is the transition that is happening. Everything else continues as it is. So there is no change, right? So we continue doing what we're doing. No changes there. But then expanding on those efforts is one of the key things. So Gerard, in terms of the iINVENT Me, projects and the what you call the events and whatnot, right? Where we get that report every week, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in addition, you have the what is the word? The client efforts as well, right? So the different projects that are there, correct? if you can continue doing, as you've been doing, please, continue doing that. But if you can please have the iINVENT being details, right? Updated, only that, right? On the, what is the word? The foundation page, right? That'll help us.
Okay.
So, the sessions that are done, etc. Right? So you have all of those things, correct?
Correct.
Right. So if we have that synopsis over there on a weekly basis, right, as we're doing the sessions, that will help, and then the monthly, right?
Sure.
And one of the key things that, okay, so before I continue further, I'll be traveling tomorrow, Gerard. Okay. And why don't I take that offline, because I know we are streaming live right now, and we'll talk a little bit about that, or I'll send you a message. But coming back to the next steps in pertaining to the foundation, one of the key things is how can we hire or bring someone else, on the to the team, so that they can start reaching out to the orphanages and different institutions around the world. So we have India, we have Sri Lanka, and Maldives, and some other countries. But can we expand that and have this person reach out and start formalizing those partnerships, right? On a day-to-day basis, in addition to the other activities. So I think if we can talk a little bit about that, that will be helpful. I'm not sure if there's been any progress in terms of shortlisting or opportunities in terms of hiring someone, Gerard.
That has been on, Abhi, but through referrals or something. But I have just got one resume, and that was not to the mark. So I'm still working on it.
Okay. But that will be some, a priority. And I know of a calendar year, and from an accounting standpoint, everything is December 31st. But, from a fiscal standpoint, when it comes to operations, as we are going through this exercise of planning for the upcoming fiscal starting April 1, it would be ideal to have someone on board, Gerard, who can start doing this, and it can be one person or an agency. I'm not sure, but who could help us build on the partnerships with institutions around the world when it comes to children in need.
Okay.
Okay, so if we can please make that a priority, that will be helpful.
Sure.
So today, as of today, Gerard, we are doing 15 events per week. Is that correct?
Yes, Abhi.
Okay.
It's an average 16.
On the average, right? So
Session.
our goal is how can we expand on that with partners and whatnot, correct?
Yes, Abhi.
And the technical need of how can, any partner who they can start their own event and stream, so that we don't have to manage that, correct?
Yes, Abhi. I have included that in the MIS, Abhi.
Correct. So those are sort of the things that we'll be working towards, and get them all sorted through before we kickstart that April 1st. How many interns, Gerard, that we have who are joining consistently now?
Around 35, Abhi.
Around 35 average, right?
Yeah, 25 to 35. I mean, 30 plus is what we are getting. Now the exams, I think they might be reduced. But yesterday, I think we had 34.
34. Okay, that's very good. Okay. So the typical benchmarks, and this is for everyone on the call, is we talk about, events and what's happening, and then we talk about interns, right, who are there. And then from a institution standpoint and partner standpoint, Gerard, and I know you'll send the report, but um, bringing on the institutions that might not have been active, right? We have close to 800 schools, right, in the district itself. what can we do to bring on more institutes, Gerard, right? And the children from that, correct? That would be our goal. And can we invite, their teacher, right, to these weekly calls? To kickstart, right? So think about that and how can we expand that, yeah, to all the 800 schools. But in terms of partner or new institutes, any progress, Gerard, for the last quarter or this month?
This month, no, Abhi, but last quarter we had some. This month it was slow.
Okay.
Nothing we got new because of the we couldn't get into the schools, Abhi. The exam preparations going on all. But last quarter we had few that were there, and we were geared more towards focusing on the internship, Abhi. So as we are approaching schools wherein it was more open and the interns were joining, so that was the key focus to build on the internship. So now we'll try to work on new institutes, Abhi.
Right, but I think we've been working on that, right, Gerard? That has been one of the goals, correct, for this
Yes,
fiscal
Abhi.
to,
Yes, sir.
and in that has been how can we bring on the special needs, such as the blind school or the school for deaf and dumb and all those for children as well, correct?
Yes, Abhi.
Okay, so why don't we, again, that should be one of our goals, Sharad, which is, as we have been talking about, increasing the number of partners as well as the institutes, right? So that we can have a broader impact. And also, as you've been doing, so one is the macro level, but then out of that, the best students and who have projects and, who are doing amazing work, they can join, the Tuesday call, right? So, and continue to grow on that. So I think the third point that we talked about, one is first is the sessions, second is, the internships, which is identifying, students and community members who are doing exceptional. And then the third we're talking about is the uh, broadening the footprint, if I may say, to other institutes as well as partners, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if we can focus on that as well, considering that March 31st is coming, that would help us, I believe.
Okay.
Any questions from anyone pertaining to this? No, we're good. Okay. Any ideas or any suggestions for the upcoming month or requests?
I don't have any ideas.
Huh?
I don't have anything right now.
Or just,
Yeah, nothing. Nothing for me.
I think, oh, okay.
I mean, the only thing I would think of based on the work that we all did over the past month would be just the website refinement,
Mm.
the framework. That's all, and then also the documentation that you were preparing with
The operating guidelines and all
Yeah.
that. So Gerard, all of this is right being formalized, and what does this mean is, how we are operating, right? What we are doing. It all goes to the government. Okay, so this is, how do you put it? It is a way for us to, sustain, right? And also have a governance in line with the protocols and policies that we talk about. So it's not something where, when we are running an organization, how we operate it is, there's no involvement from the government per se. But when it comes to a nonprofit, having that operating model and the agreements and whatnot. So all of that is basically provided, and it is updated on the portals from a government standpoint. So similarly, whatever are the the weekly reports, then monthly, quarterly, and then yearly reports, Gerard, those would be taken into consideration, and they become a part of the effort that we submit.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll talk more and more about the compliance and whatnot, but at this juncture, nothing changes on how we are operating internally because it's in compliance. It's just that there might be some reporting needs that we would need to address, but that'll be in the future. Since we have 2 minutes left, Gerard, any questions from you, concerns or anything?
No, Abhi.
You're
Not from
good?
mine.
Okay.
Yeah, we are good.
So for the coming month, the agenda would be, Gerard, if you want to propose what would be the best day, right? Is it the first Tuesday or Thursday or whatever, or second, right? Around this time would be the best for us, considering US time. But if you have other options, please let us know. Okay, and then we can talk about that. Then we've talked about the changes or the objectives of partners and institution growth as we have met the sessions and the internship benchmarks. So that would be for the upcoming month and the quarter. And then in terms of the governance and whatnot, and then the project portal, right, having all the details and you being able to drive that there, we'll continue that discussion and formalize that, right, moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah. The emails that are there, everyone should be having that. So if there is any questions or anything, you have Gerard's email, his contact info also is there. You can always reach, but copy the whole team so that everyone's on the same page. All
Okay.
right.
Sounds good.
That's all I had. And I know this was sort of the first call, so I've put in my whatever as an introduction and kickoff. But moving forward, if whatever we have personally accomplished, whatever we think are some concerns or areas of improvement and next steps in terms of solutions to those areas of improvements, right, that we would want to recommend and discuss. If we can bring that to the table every month, it'll help us to move forward. And our benchmarks are basically how many sessions, how many students, right, are joining the internships, and then the partnerships and new institutes, right? So that's what we keep talking about and we keep working on. And from everyone on the call, if you all can say, hey, you know what, I can do, this session, let's say once a month, right? It could be on a Sunday, Saturday, it doesn't matter, that you would like to share with the children. Please think about that. And my recommendation would be at least once a month, have a session, right, with the children, sharing whatever is close to your heart in terms of talent or, art, music, ideas, math, I don't whatever, right? So that would be helpful, and that would be one of the things which you guys can think about and come for the next meeting with what day time works where you guys can do that. And if it's not every month, let's say every quarter or every week, I don't know, but think about it. But at least one session online, right? So all of these are online that you all can plan, and we'll coordinate and make that happen.
Sounds good.
Okay. Whatever time you all put, please put it on the project portal. So, and then you all can share that with Gerard. and he's the go-to person when it comes to all of the operations, how it is done, and reporting in terms of our efforts and time, right? So he is the one who's going to put it all together. So he'll know better. And he'll have better answers. So thanks again, Gerard, for accommodating this, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhi.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
Thank you.